if I could compare it to jiu-jitsu for a moment, there's something called a rear naked choke, where a guy's choking you from behind, a man or woman's choking you from behind, and you have to grab their one hand with two hands to fight. It's called hand fighting. But there's one move called a body triangle, where they can wrap their legs around, and now you only have one hand to fight the choke. Well, now it's one hand on their two hands. It's impossible to fight that. But I would take it to another level where this has happened once in the sport, but addiction felt like this is what it was doing to me the whole time. Whereas a body triangle around both my arms, locked around my waist, and you have no hands to fight. The two hands choking, strangling, taking your breath, suffocating you, and you just know there's no way out. And I thought I had tried everything, and everything I knew, and I just failed again and again and again. Yeah. And so I literally took a one-way ticket down to Mexico, knowing I'm not coming back. I don't want my family to find me. Yeah, I took equivalent to 80 oxys and 2 milligrams of Xanax and 3/4 of a tequila bottle handle of it. I just knew I was going out. I was completely okay with that. I just wanted it to stop. I was tapping out. I was waving the white flag. I was surrendering. I was saying, okay, I can't do this anymore. And it would be better for other people and for my family, that it wouldn't be a burden. And I don't know, it's hard for me to explain suicide to somebody, but one time I thought of like when the Twin Towers were attacked and they were hit by the plane and the people that were stuck above. And there's a video of like someone jumping out, and it's like, oh, why would anyone do that? It's like you're stuck in a burning building. Like my brain or my mental health or my addiction was like being stuck in a burning building, and I couldn't get out unless I did that.
So you take all those medications, and what happened next?
I did that at noon down in Tulum, and right above it, and everything went black. I started getting numb. It was like I was paralyzed before I even laid down. When I went to sit on the bed, I kind of fell back without even trying to. And then that's when the room started closing, or the vision started disappearing, and I knew I was going to sleep forever. Like, I thought forever. And it was a really, really weird moment, because I had accepted it and I was okay with it. And then at 6 in the morning, the next morning, I woke up with a gasp of, and my heart felt like it was pounding out of my chest, and I was in full body chills, cold sweats, and it was slow moving. But when I got up, my first thought was, well, actually right after that gasp, I was like, holy shit, I'm alive. Fuck, I'm still here. How? Why? And this was my second attempt. First attempt was a real one too, but this one was like for sure. All I knew was like I wanted to get my feet in the sand and get in the water, but I felt so much shame that I'd failed at that. Basically was trying to take my life because I was a failure, and I failed at that. So I went and I got in the water, and every wave that came over me, I was on my knees in the water, and every wave that came over me was more and more shame. It was like shame, another wave of shame, another wave of shame. And I think of another reason I should feel shame. And even my mind saying like, someone would have found you, and maybe it wasn't your mom, but it was going to still be someone. Like, how selfish of you. So one way, like I failed at doing that, and another way, why would you ever do that? Because that would have traumatized someone. And my heartbeat was changing pace. And something in my mind, the spiritual experience was like, be grateful for that beating heart in your chest. And so I thought it was kind of dumb at first, and then I was like, okay, I'm grateful for this beating heart in my chest. My eyes are closed. And then it's like, be grateful for the breath in your lungs. And I say that, and then I took a deep breath and said it again, just in my mind. And all of a sudden it switched from a wave of shame coming over me to a little bit of gratitude coming over me and a little bit of shame leaving, and another bigger wave of gratitude coming over me and a little bit more of the shame leaving. And there was this whisper that was, open your eyes. And it wasn't a literal physical whisper, but it was a sense, open your eyes. And right when I opened my eyes, right on the horizon, the sun started to rise. And I'm partially colorblind, and I don't know if it was drug-induced, but I saw more colors than I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't think those drugs make you see colors more vividly, but I just sat there and cried and thought, wow. It was like the most epic sunrise of my life.
It was like you didn't wake up until you almost died.